Welcome to the Every Veteran in Business podcast, where we spotlight veteran-owned businesses and the entrepreneurs behind them. Today's guest is Kim Lanford, who served in the United States Marine Corps and owns a fitness-based business here in Stafford, Virginia. Kim, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Glad to have you. Where'd you grow up, Kim?
I grew up in, where did I grow up? Grew up in Northern California, so Rockland area, which is Sacramento. It's right around Sacramento.
Born and raised in Rockland, Sacramento, California?
I was born in Reno, Nevada, and then we moved to Rockland, and then I went to Southern California for college.
It's college that brought you to Southern California.
Yes.
And then after spending how long in college?
Oh, 5 years, 4 years in college, and then I joined the Marine Corps when I was a senior in college.
You decided to join the Marine Corps. Tell me about that.
9/11 happened.
Okay.
And I first joined the Marine Corps Reserves when I was a senior in college with the intent to go to OCS, but my world totally changed, so I didn't end up going that route.
How long did you serve in the Marine Corps?
I served in the Marine Corps a total of 11 years.
What would you get out as? What rank?
I got out of the Marine Corps as a staff sergeant, so I stayed enlisted.
Now, we had a little bit of a conversation pre-interview about your time in the Marine Corps. Typically, one doesn't achieve the rank of staff sergeant in such a short period of time.
Yes.
What did you do that was different or special that got you promoted quicker?
So I started off as an 0231 in the Marine Corps Reserves, and then out of the gym, when I worked for 24-Hour Fitness, a mass sergeant in the Marine Corps that was working out there recruited me to go on recruiting duty during the time of war. So during that time, we needed bodies into the Marine Corps, and we needed recruiters, and I have the gift of gab, I guess you could say, and I became a recruiter. I'm really good at, recruiting people, and I was promoted twice. So I became a staff sergeant. I picked up my rocker within 5.5 years. It was a pretty insane, fast track way of getting promoted.
That doesn't happen often in any of
not.
the branches. Is that specific to the Marine Corps?
No, I would definitely say it was specific to the time and what I was doing in the Marine Corps. So I was drastically putting people into the Marine Corps. So with that becomes promotions. And so that's kind of my path. And then once I was promoted, instead of going back to the fleet in the Marine Corps, I chose to stay on recruiting duty, and I became a staff in COIC. So I ran the recruiting station in RSS Lakewood, which is the Compton area, LA area. And then I stayed on recruiting duty and went up to RS Sacramento and became the staff in COIC of RSS Merced.
What did you like most about being a Marine?
The camaraderie, I miss it dearly, hands down the camaraderie. During my time in the Marine Corps and on recruiting duty, it was intense. We needed people. You went through a lot. You're a Marine 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. On recruiting duty, you never stopped. So I worked on Christmas, I worked on New Year's, I worked on, Thanksgiving, and my fellow Marines is what kept me going. And the camaraderie alone is literally something that I relied on every day, and I didn't realize how much I did until it was gone, until I got out.
Many of us who get out of the military experience feelings of distress, loneliness, and we turn to drinking, self-medicating, or so forth. Did you experience any of that loss of that brother and sister camaraderie?
Yes. I got out in 2013, and I felt it was like a vacuum effect. Hardcore. I have 3 children, and at that time, my second child, she was 6 months old. And I didn't realize it at the time, but I was suffering from probably postpartum depression. And definitely I was either exercising or drinking. That's how I dealt with, I guess, the vacuum effect of feeling isolated, feeling alone. And I didn't know quite what was going on until another fellow service member helped me get out of that. Said, hey, you need to get help. And I relied heavily on the VA. And the VA got me healthy, very healthy.
What was the next step?
The next step was to figure out life, to be honest. At that time, I had my bachelor's and master's. My bachelor's is in kinesiology, my master's is in exercise science. I used all of the education programs in the Marine Corps while I was in, and I didn't quite know what to do with it. And so I wanted to go back into the fitness industry. I missed it like crazy, and so that's what I did. I jumped right back into the fitness industry. That's what helped me.
Tell us a little bit about the business that you own and operate.
Okay.
And tell us what a typical day is like at Let's Flex It.
Well, the business that I own started in 2017, and that started in 29 Palms, California, which is Let's Flex It. It started off as a mobile business. My favorite thing in the whole wide world of this business is the trailer. So the mobile fitness trailer is the 5x7 trailer that opens up into 2 full squat racks on the side. Has a pull-up bar. You could do anything you want. You could carry anything you want in this trailer. And it's just so cool. It's just such a neat piece. And there I was a contracted personal trainer, Let's Flex It, on base. I loved it. I had all the freedoms in the world to do whatever it is I needed to do to make my business successful. Then my husband got orders to here at the Pentagon. And so I came here kicking and screaming, what do you do? I temporarily put my business to bed, and then everything started to change. I realized that I wanted the business back. I brought the business back, and it looks different here. So now, Let's Flex It is on what's called the Flex Farm. Okay, the Flex Farm is 8.5 acres here in Stafford, where we have farm animals and we have the ability to host fitness events. Let's Flex It offers 3 main programs: private training, group training, and then nutritional coaching. What a typical day looks like: we start our day at 4 a.m. To get the generators running and the heaters running, to get the gym going.
Because it's cold here.
Because it's not just cold, it's freezing. And we are literally building the gym from the ground up. So there's one thing of owning a business. The next thing is building a business. And that is definitely something that I'm learning how to do. This used to be grass. Where you and I are sitting used to be grass not even 5 months ago. And now it's a beautiful barn. So learning how to operate that. But we start the day at 4, I start work at 5. I have my first shift of either classes or private training. And then I go and feed the farm animals. I have geese, we have ducks, we have chickens. We're also getting cows, we have dogs, we have a cat, and we also have 5 kids. So there's a lot of moving parts. During the day though, I generally take a little mini nap. And then after that, I start my evening shift, and the evening shift generally starts around 3:30, 4 o'clock, and that goes to about 6 or 7. So yes.
So as you know, I own a business as well.
Yes.
And every business owner that I've ever spoken with will tell us how great their business is, but oftentimes we keep to ourselves those daily struggles.
Yes.
Keeping those feelings of doubt from permeating our mind, self-talk, that we're doing the right thing,
right,
that we're not going to give up, because this, as a business, this is our baby. Mm-hmm. How do you combat those feelings when they hit you?
Behind me, okay, says every day is a new day to change. And it may sound corny to you, but it's not to me. So it's one of the reasons why it is on my business logo, is because I wake up every single day. How do I be better than I was yesterday? So if I wanted to quit, all right, I then remind myself, no, you have a ton of education in this. You're really good at this, and you can really help people. I have to tell myself that and be like, you know what? Nope, you got this. How can you be better today than you were yesterday? And then try my best not to repeat whatever the heck happened yesterday.
I saw one of your classes the other morning, and I talked to a couple of veterans. As veterans, we have a need to surround ourselves with our brothers and sisters in arms. And I think that as veterans, seeking counseling is great, and talking about your feelings is great, and facing your problems is commendable. But I think one of the greatest ways of healing ourselves as veterans is by surrounding ourselves with our support network. When we were on active duty, our support network were, in your case, your fellow Marines.
Yes.
And you have surrounded yourself with veterans and civilians as well, people who not only want to get fit, but are looking for that element of camaraderie that comes with working out together in a gym. You guys are all sweating together. Tell us a little bit about what the energy is like here at Let's Flex It when things are happening?
The energy's high. Like I always make jokes like, hey, Stafford, did you hear that? Because it's coming from the muscle barn today. But no, the energy's continuously high here. Partly because I have it. I have a ton of energy that never goes away. And then when you can give that energy to somebody else, they bring out whoever they are, which is the best piece. But definitely there is a strong sense of community here, a strong sense of energy and pride that we're building here at the Flex Farm, specifically Let's Flex It.
Anything that you learned in the Marine Corps that has really helped you here growing Let's Flex It?
Yes. The biggest piece for me is the hustle. I say this all the time. I talk about the grind all the time and the hustle. So when I was on recruiting duty, we worked 7 days in, 7 days out, and it just became instilled that I couldn't finish until the mission was done. Now, on recruiting duty, the mission ends at the end of the month, but then resets the first day of the next month. That aided into a lot of my behavior, okay, which is just continuously push. And I just have that mentality. So I wake up every day and I generally, though, turn into a pumpkin around 8:30 at night, okay? But when I wake up, the hustle is there and it never stops. My clients feel it, they see it. They tell me like, do you ever sleep? And I said, yes, I do. I take my sleep very important. But yes, the hustle and then the discipline to continuously have that hustle, definitely, hands down.
Amen, amen. We're going to take a break to hear from our partner business, and we'll be right back.
Are you a veteran or first responder looking to own your own business? Troops Haul Junk offers a unique, highly lucrative opportunity in the fast-growing junk removal industry. As the only junk removal franchise exclusive to veterans and first responders, we provide all the training and ongoing support you need to succeed. No experience required. Join a mission-driven team today. For more information, visit troopshauljunk.com and click Franchise Opportunities.
All right, we're back, and today's guest is Kim Lanford, who served in the United States Marine Corps and owns a fitness business based here in Stafford, Virginia. What's the most surprising part of owning a business that you didn't expect?
The biggest piece is the people. I absolutely, Joseph, didn't see the people coming. Like, they have just surprised me at every step. And what I mean by that is it's a family. We are a fitness family here. So if a person is needing a fitness family, come here, because everybody here is going to accept you and is going to want to help you get to your goals. And hands down, my clients have absolutely surprised me and how much they care about me too, you know, and I didn't see that coming at all. And I would hands down say, you know, there's so much power to that. You know, it goes both ways in that family aspect, but definitely the people, hands down the people.
Now, as I look around, I see medicine balls, I see weights, I see pull-up bars, recumbent bikes. What kind of methodology do you use to get people healthy and fit?
One, I need to make sure that they can move around each joint. I generally take people that have multiple chronic illnesses. They have many different things that they're battling, all right? And because I'm not scared to challenge that. I'm not scared to help them. And a body in motion stays in motion. I want to make sure that they are not in pain. I want to make sure that they can move around each joint. And then I want to make sure that those muscle fibers can perform, all right, under whatever demand that they're putting it on. So those are absolutely some very specific things that I want to make sure that they can do.
What's the next big thing on the horizon for LetsFlexIt?
Oh, so many things. Okay, so there's a lot of things to keep it simple. All right, in January, I have every year a 8-week nutrition boot camp. If the person is at all struggling or need accountability with their nutrition, I am here for you. That is 100% a virtual program, okay? I still help people out in California. I have people in South Dakota, all over, that I still connect with and I still help them. But specifically, I have an 8-week boot camp. I also offer 3 personal training sessions at a low cost. But then what's coming to the Flex Farm is definitely more DECA events, because I am a DECA affiliate. So you will see a DECA Mile and a DECA Strong being hosted here March 22nd. So feel free to join. Farm Fitness is coming here in April. And then there's yoga coming to the farm. So I'm becoming yoga certified, and I will be offering yoga classes as well.
Now, looking back on your journey, what would you tell your younger self about taking the leap into entrepreneurship?
I would definitely say to don't be afraid to take that step. Don't be afraid to be confident in your craft. Don't be afraid to take that plunge. Don't be afraid to connect with people. Put yourself out there. And then, of course, save money. Put money to the side because building a business obviously takes money.
It's expensive.
It's very expensive.
And I think that advice would be well learned by other veterans who are interested in getting into business on their own as well. So the new year's coming up. And if any of our viewers want to get healthy and fit in the new year, how can they contact you?
Well, I now have a website, which I'm very excited about. So LetsFlexIt.com is one of the easiest ways to find me because you can just go on there and request more information on the website, which is super cool. Then also, obviously, there's social media. You can find me Facebook, Let's Flex It, Instagram, Let's Flex It, or even LinkedIn. I use all of those avenues to connect with people.
Kim, thank you for your military service. We appreciate you for being a guest on the Every Veteran in Business podcast. If you're in Northern Virginia and you want to get fit and healthy, you need to check out Let's Flex It because every day is a new day to change. We're going to put your website at the bottom of the video.
Okay.
If you're a veteran in business and you'd like to be on the show, please email joseph@troopshalljunk.com. That's me. I'm Joseph Martinez, combat vet, veteran business owner, and host of the Every Veteran in Business podcast, and we'll see you on the next show.